I wanted to go over with you the things that have personally worked for me. This is a two-faceted video. The first side of this is going to be BeatStars sales, and the second side of this is going to be your overall exposure, especially with YouTube. To start this off, have a producer tag with your name in it. I've noticed that some beat makers will go with the default BeatStars tag, the beatstars.com that comes on loud as shit, or the purchase your tracks today, or if you're on Airbit, airbit.com. You have one chance to say something to the listener of your beat. A lot of people, when they're listening to beats, they're doing the dishes, they're in the shower, they're doing something else, they're not looking at the screen. The one thing that you can say to them while they're listening to your beat is who you are. My BeatStars tag, whether you like it or you don't like it, is Leah Jude, that's fire. They know how to search me in the future, even if they weren't looking at the screen when my beat came up. The second thing that will help you exponentially is just to make sure that your type beats, if you are a type beat producer, actually match the artist that you're saying that they match. I'm guilty of this. A lot of my beats, I was talking to somebody about this the other day, they sound very cinematic. They almost sound like movie scores. So when somebody falls upon my profile and they listen to my TI type beat, and that beat doesn't sound very TI-like, they're most likely just gonna leave, and I just lost my chance with them. So if you are a type beat producer, make sure that everything is matching up. I'm now in the long, tedious process of changing all of my beat titles to make more sense and fit actually who I can see on them. I stand by my point that I do not think that type beats are the future. I don't think that they're gonna continue with the popularity. I think that they're already falling off a bit. Hip-hop in general is starting to fall off a bit, and I think it's because everybody sounds exactly the same. If you want a signature sound as a producer, then you need to make signature beats. And the rappers that actually release beats and the rappers that actually want to make a dent in their own careers need to have a signature sound that isn't a Wish.com Drake or a wannabe DMX or whatever type beats that they're trying to buy because they want to sound exactly like another rapper and you're trying to sound exactly like a bigger producer. The type beats, I just don't think that they're going to continue with the popularity that they have, especially now that hip-hop is starting to fall off. What we need more than anything else is innovation. This is the time to start to innovate, especially if you're a smaller producer and you don't have a huge following anyway. Change it up. And if anything, go back and rename your beats. It's a huge pain in the ass, but you won't be sorry when everything is more lined up and you start to get the audience that you're actually intended for. Which brings me to you getting on camera with your type beat channel. Can a type beat channel work without you being on camera? Yeah, there's type beat channels that are pulling a lot of views. The thing is in order to make a connection with your audience, you have to actually be in their face talking to them. And if the worry is that they're gonna insult your appearance or maybe you have a few extra pounds or whatever, I have fluctuated 30 pounds throughout my YouTube career. Nobody cares about that stuff. And if they do, they're probably like 12 years old. If you're worried that you're not charismatic enough, this is something that I worry about too. That's why I always have the Philip DeFranco hands going on. A lot of times it's for retention so that people don't leave, so I try to up the hand motion because I used to be very stiff on camera. But if you look at somebody like DJ Payne 1, he's very dry. But the stuff that he says is so interesting that nobody really cares about the dryness. People comment on it sometimes, but honestly, it's not like that guy is hurting for like views or subscribers or anything like that. He covers topics that are important. As a result, he is a success on YouTube, in my opinion. Compared to somebody like Busy Works Beats with like 900 something subs, yeah, I'm sure DJ Payne 1 is pretty small, but when we're talking about value, I'm not gonna get into it. If you are getting any value from this video whatsoever, a subscribe would mean the world to me. This is the final thing that I want to tell you, and it sounds so freaking cliche at this point because I say it all the time. But I started to personally find success on this channel when I started to be myself. I know that once I retitle all of my beats, something that they fit more with, the fact that my beats are unique sounding is going to allow me to make a little ripple there as well. If you are yourself, you are going to do a lot better than if you're trying to be somebody else or if you're trying to sound like somebody else. Trust me on that.